Today we're going to be testing the GeForce GTX 1070 in Fortnite. So yeah, you can see the card was released in 2016, so it's just over 6 years old. We have 8 gigabytes of GDDR5 VRAM, and we've got the latest nVidia 512.95 drivers installed. For the CPU, we are pairing it with an AMD Ryzen 9 5900X, which is a 12-core 24-thread CPU. And for memory, we've got 16 gigabytes of DDR4 running at 3600 MHz. Right, so first going to start at 1080p. We've got unlimited frame rate set there. Everything is set to epic except for motion blur. We are running in the DirectX 11 mode, and we have nVidia Reflex low latency on plus boost. That will help us a little bit if our frames start dropping. And we'll be testing 3 different resolutions today. We'll be upping this to 1440p and then 4K, and then we'll try out 4K in performance mode as well. Right, so here we are in the party bus of Doom, and we're just gonna drop at the Tilted Towers because that's the only location I actually know. I don't play this game really. As you can see, these are the only areas that I've actually discovered. So I'm not an avid Fortnite player. I'm not going to argue. It can be fun every now and again. I'm just not that big a fan of battle royale games. So as we get closer to the ground, the frames per second does seem to increase a little bit. I'm just going to restart the counter. We're going to try and make this a quick video because I really suck at this game, and I probably won't get any kills, but I would get killed quite quickly. And we want to get some performance numbers in before that happens. So if you have a look there at the top left of the screen, you'll see that there are performance numbers there as well as a frame time graph just below it. What I do find a little bit strange is the frame time graph is a little bit inconsistent. It actually wasn't when I tested the GTX 750 Ti. It's definitely not the card's fault. I just don't think that this game is that well optimized. And we are getting an average of about 65 frames per second. I expected a little bit more, just purely because the 1070 was actually a very decent card back in its day. If you were lucky enough to have one or still have one, then I don't think it's there's a need for you to upgrade just yet, unless you're an FPS snob like me. But definitely you should be in no rush to upgrade yet. There we go. Right, so maybe we should switch resolutions before I die. Look, there's a shark. And there's another kill. Alright, now we need to change resolutions after this kill, if we can get a kill. Alright, we're now going to try and play at 1440p. Everything else is still set to epic. So I'm just going to restart the counter here. Getting about 40 frames per second at 1440p, which is definitely not bad. Seeing that this is an online competitive shooter, I would rather prefer a lot more frames per second. I'd say 80 is the minimum. That said, the game is definitely playable at 1440p. Maybe reducing the quality settings a bit will improve the frame times and the frames per second, but I wouldn't worry too much. If you have a GTX 1070, then Fortnite is probably best played at 1080p. Well, let's see if we can get a kill at 1440p. We might just scavenge a kill here. Ah, there we go. That was a kill still of a note. And here comes a guy with a big truck. I'm actually in the truck with this guy. I don't think he realizes that. Let's get away before he realizes there's a freeloader. No, I think he realized. I don't think we're gonna make it. No, we're not gonna make it. Well, it was fun while it lasted. I'll just have to jump into a new game and try the 4K resolution. Alright, we're back and now we're gonna try running the game at 4K. Alright, so we're at 4K, back in the party bus, and things aren't looking so great. We are getting about 22 frames per second here. Just gonna drop at Tilted Towers again, or close to it anyway. The frame time graph is a little bit all over the place, but that I saw previously when I tested the game at 4K. Not sure why that is happening though, because we're not even close to maxing out our VRAM. So the stutters are a little bit concerning. They seem to have smoothed out a little bit, but this is definitely not a playable experience. Not, well, there's a wolf. Are they friendly? I'm guessing not. No, they're definitely not friendly. Right, I'm not going to waste too much time here. 4K with the GTX 1070 in Fortnite. Definitely not the resolution you should be choosing. But at least you can kill some wolves. Alright, we're just gonna go back into the menu because you have to restart the game if you want to enable performance mode. Alright, we're back and we are in 4K with 100% 3D resolution and performance mode enabled. So you can still adjust some settings here. The advanced settings are disabled when performance mode is enabled. I would highly recommend you not change the view distance. You want to be able to see where your enemies are shooting you from. But enough of that, let's see how this goes. And we're back in the party bus and we are getting well over 100 frames per second here. We're going to go to Tilted Towers once again. And as we get closer to the ground, our FPS is increasing. I have to say I am really impressed. I did not think that this card would be able to handle 200 frames per second in 4K. It is in performance mode, but it's still 4K resolution. You do see the frame time graph still being quite a little bit inconsistent. It's not noticeable. I'm not noticing any stuttering like previously. That's probably because we are still getting over 140 frames per second. So this is definitely a high refresh rate experience. And we couldn't even get a single kill. Alright, but that's it. If you want to play at 4K, you definitely can. Just enable performance mode. Otherwise, just play at 1080p. Just lower the settings a little bit just to get closer to that high refresh rate experience. Otherwise, just enable performance mode at whatever resolution you want. The graphics don't seem to look that much worse. I'm sure if you are going to scrutinize every single thing, you might pick up the differences. But if you are running around, shooting, surviving, you probably won't notice it. Alright, and that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and as always, hope to see you guys on the next one.